It can always be worse. It can always be worse. No matter what you're going through, no matter how hard it may seem, no matter it may seem like it's the end of the world, nothing's going to change. How could you be going through something like this? Why me? It could always be worse. You want to always keep that in mind whenever you're going through something or stuff not going your way and your emotions are going up and down, back and forth. At the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, no matter what it is, there's somebody on another side of the world somewhere who would kill and take off their left arm to have your problems and switch their problems with yours. So again, just always remember, it can always be worse, and somewhere in the world somebody is going through 10 times worse and they're still able to put a smile on their face. They're still able to persevere. So you just always remember that, and that puts you in an emotional place to where now you're able to logically think about how to solve the problem. A lot of times we get too caught up on the problem and we don't spend time on fixing the problem or solving the problem. We just spend time on being in the moment of how bad the problem is and how could this ever happen, instead of focusing on the solution. Once the problem is there, there's no going away, but you need to focus on figuring out the solution. In order to figure out the solution, you got to get your emotions in a place to where you can logically think about it. But if they're all bound up into the problem, thinking about how bad this is and how terrible it is, you can't really give your brain cells the time to really work in a way to where you can figure out the solution to the problem. Because at the end of the day, figuring out the solution to the problem is nothing more than mental muscle that you're building for yourself to tackle the next problem and the next problem. And before you know it, you're going to start realizing that every time you get problems thrown at you, you're going to get excited because now it's another opportunity for you to solve a problem to increase your mental muscle. But always use this as a way of like medicine to put your emotions in check. It could always be worse, and somewhere somebody else is going through 10 times worse, and they're still able to keep going. They're still able to keep persevering. So always remember, at the end of the day, no matter what's happening, it can always be worse, and it's always worse for somebody else somewhere.